Alright guys, we're back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and I figure I may as well do one last video on the attribute tree to pretty much give out a more polished and final thought, because the last video were pretty much first impressions, okay? It was a rant video, and I was not going to be as nice in that video explaining every single bit of complaints that I have with the actual attribute system update, and I still don't think it's as good, but I figure having a video breaking down the entire thing would be in our best interest rather than just only pointing out the flaws. And as it stands right now, I still don't think it's as good. But before we get right into that, I do want to point out that now, after finally taking a good deep look into it, T30 is into the game, but that's not all. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at sort and the filters. Look at total transcendence. Total levels of 51 to 100. You can only, as of right now, get the transcendence levels at a max of level 50, which is, by the way, 10 for SP, 10 for attack, 10 for focus, 10 for stamina, 10 for defense. And now, with this type of attribute tree, yeah, level 20 is possible via the attribute system. So it's good to know that we're not going to be stuck at level 11 as we once initially thought. But here's the kicker. With this update, it's going to take a long time just to even be able to get that. A very long time. And at that point, Caleb, can I just ask you one thing? Why not just introduce to us new type of hard content for co-op, like, I don't know, an ultimate difficulty, guild quests, anything that is hard as of right now that we cannot clear, and then introduce to us T30 and the level 20 transcendence slots. Not whatever this is, because if you guys ask me, yes, this is a way to balance it out, but with the way of how this has been handled, I don't think it's that particularly good. So first, again, as we've mentioned with the power-up system, when you look at the overall tutorial, it was mentioned here that once you pretty much level up the characters, their base stats will also get increased, and the level cap will also go up. So yeah, technically hinting that the characters do become stronger. Now, that's more so going to apply once we start unlocking the transcendence levels, and we can actually level them up even further. But just to give you guys an idea, this Oetsu right here, he's the same as my level 200 version, and has a level 10 SP, focus, and, well, I don't have the attack at level 10, but you guys get the point. And, I have to be honest, the level indicator is actually pretty ugly. It's only 213, and the stats are pretty much the same, and the entire thing about the attribute power-ups is that the stats are additive. They're not multiplicative, so they're not gonna translate into the character's base stats, and thus, once I give Oetsu the fortification pill, the T set, I'm not gonna be getting as much of a high SP count as we thought to believe, which is why I ranted, because keep in mind, we've waited for this update for almost 6 months now. It was teased during the 9th anniversary, so it is acceptable that we were mad. And a lot of us share the same exact opinion, and that's pretty much why. So now I think we should go and break this down and see the total skills, but I think for this, because I did work on it, I'm gonna pull up BlueStacks just to give you guys a better idea. Okay, here we are in BlueStacks on my alt account that I almost never use. Yeah, I still have a free multi to do. I'll do that later. As you guys already know, the nodes are pretty much 100% the same for every single attribute, and once you finish a page, you will then unlock the next page. And we don't know the extent of how far we can get into this system, but so far the impressions are not very good. We still have a lot of little information, and the amount of quests that you can get each day, unless Caleb were to make a quest for us to be able to farm them, yeah, you can only get 120 of each attribute. So for starters, the first node, you're going to be able to get coin drop of 3%, and it's only going to require 100. All right, so let's just go ahead and get that unlocked. There we go. Coin drop is unlocked, but in all actuality, it's just going to be applying to the base 6-star skill. As oh wait, no, this is, yeah, I forgot to mention this out, but there are bonuses existing to soul trait and skills. So like, not even every time is going to get applied, which just makes it even more confusionary, which, if you guys ask me, it's just, I don't like this. I get that this is the first page, but it still feels extremely weird and underwhelming. And I'm still against the whole idea that once you get the upgrades applied, you cannot have that applied for every single character. Like, come on. I would love for Zombietta, Bazby, any character that does not have Berserker to at least be able to get it. Even NAD characters that could potentially be missing out on Bruiser, like the Brave Battle ones. Like, it's a power-up system for a good reason. Why have it so limited? It just makes no sense. You're just gonna make the really powerful characters, once again, outshine even more, and just leave these poor mid-month releases to just age fast. It's not good. I don't think it's a good design whatsoever. And then you pretty much have the stat upgrades, which I'm not going to go over. Sometimes you can spend up to 100 to 200 crests, as you guys can see right here. So eventually it'll get even more expensive. And then you have Bruiser, which is going to get applied to the existing skill. So characters that already have like 20% Bruiser, 25% Bruiser, and onward, not the soul traits. And then Berserker, same thing, not 0.5. And notice how it just gets expensive as you go through. Like, for Focus freaking 300, SP 200 more crests. Like, it varies per level, which is crazy. And then here's a different one. Berserker is getting buffed, which is to the existing soul trait. So what this means is that it's not the same, and this one is going to be applied to the skill. This one, on the other hand, is going to get applied to the soul trait. So in this kind of example, Mugetsu, True Shikai, Future Society, Ulquiorra, their Berserker is only going to get buffed up by 1%. So yeah, it's very different compared to what we data mined. And then this time around, it's bonus to existing soul trait, increased crystal jewel drop up to 2%. And yeah, it's still 100 nodes. And then increased coin drop. This is to the existing skill this time around. And now it's going to become a bit more expensive, being 400 crests. And then another one where it's crystal jewel drop, bonus to existing skill, not the soul trait this time around, to 4%. And then you have a lock here. And to bypass this lock, you need to unlock the technique attribute nodes and do more of them. It's crazy how there's not even a visual to see how many nodes you need to unlock, and you have to click on it. And then once you bypass the lock, then you'll actually get to the good stuff. The problem is, to get to the good stuff, it's going to take a very long time. And here's the first one. Max Transcendence slot level +1. And it's going to require 400 crests. So, yeah, by then, you'll have 1 extra level of Transcendence levels unlocked, and you can now pretty much get the characters to 11, and yeah. And it's such a mess too, man. I don't like how this is structured, I swear to God. More stats. And then, yeah. Bruiser getting applied to the soul trait this time, just like Berserker, like I hinted for Mugetsu. So characters like Reggie are pretty much, you know, getting this buff. I think he has NAD and DR. And then, yeah, upgrade to Crystal Jewel drop skill, not the soul trait. Increased coin drop, +4%. And it's as the skill, not the soul trait. Bruiser getting buffed as the skill, not 0.5, barely much. And then once again, you need more nodes to unlock, and it varies between the branches. And then here, you get to actually unlock the extra link slot level. So that way you can get your characters to T21. And then, yeah, another bruiser, 1%. Another crystal jewel drop soul trait to 3%. One drop to 7%. Here, Berserker as the skill, another 0.5, so it's only going to go up to like 1%. And then here, you can pretty much get it to 2%. So basically what you're taking a look at for the Berserker skill, you're going to be able to get it up to a max of 3% once you finish the page. And given with how limited crests are, the fact that we're getting this, it doesn't really scream good to me. This just feels way too underwhelming. Now, we have to see what the latter pages provide, but the fact that it gets expensive, like, bro, look at this. I need 600 nodes just to get level 2 for the coin drop, up to an extra 4%. And then another 1% for Berserker, 400. Like, this takes a really long time, doesn't it? Are getting applied by 1% as an existing skill. And increased crystal jewel drop. Yeah, it's so damn annoying, man. And like all these stats that you see here, once again, they don't really apply to the base character stats. These are just extra stats that are additive, like the bonus affiliation system. So at the end of the day, these are not gonna get applied. The only time you'll be able to get more stats is once you unlock the transcendent slot levels. And if this attribute system has more than like one page, and by the second page there's only one, the third even only one, it's gonna take such a long time to even be able to finally start getting characters to T30, transcendence level 20. It's like, I don't know, bro, there's just way too many missing information here. And we're way too limited on crests. Like, we can only either fully max out the middle branch right here, or just go for the top branch or the lower branch. Like, I'm just gonna go and use it up, and I don't even have enough crests to go onward. And basically, the fact that they're only exclusive to dailies, the amount of crests that you get, and it's such a short amount, means that you're only going to be able to get one level of a node unlocked, not even the entire thing. That's why I was pretty annoyed with this update and why I felt very underwhelmed to make a rant video. Here, I just gave you guys my full thought process, how I think of it, and yeah, look at that. I can't even finish it. Of course, I need to do dailies for that, but like, you guys get the point. And now that I've done this, my tech characters will look pretty freaking wonky. Like, here's Quincy Ichigo right here. That's level 212, and it looks so out of place, and he just doesn't feel that different. Like, if I go into the attribute power-ups, yeah, I'm just getting, yeah, thank you. It's nice to see that I'm just getting plus 47 extra attack. But it's not even gonna get applied, so it's not even gonna be that crazy of a difference. Either way, yeah. Before I go ahead and end the video, I actually got some math calcs in terms of the total skills that we can get out of this damn thing, and of course, how many crests you need just to even complete the first page. So, yeah, shoutouts to PVL93 on Reddit. So, yeah. Here just basically summarizes everything that I pretty much just said. It allows you to get extra stats on the side, get the character link slot levels up, and the transcendent slot levels up. It just basically summarizes how the nodes work, how it has different levels. And on the tutorial, it's depicted that it'll have a total of 3 pages, but we don't know. We might get more than that, concerning how they're structured. But anywho, here's the important thing. The math. 100 for the initial center node. 4,500 for the top branch. 5,000 for the middle branch. And 4,700 for the bottom branch. You add it all up, it's 14,300 crests for an entire tree. For an entire tree. And apparently it's gonna land around 17,000-ish crests of a given type. Because don't forget, some of the locked nodes, yeah, don't give a precise number as well, so yeah. And the bonuses that you get from it. And this is once again just from completing the first page. You'll get a bonus HP, attack, defense, focus, and SP stat up. HP for 550, attack 400, defense 130, 410 for focus, and 320 for SP. These are additive stats, not multiplicative stats. Always remember this. I'll at least add one more thing in regards to these additive stats. If these are going to be replicated across the board and aren't that different, by, I want to say, the third page, it's definitely going to add up because you'll just have like almost over 900 SP and easily over 1200 attack by the time you finish the third page of the attribute tree. So it's going to add up. The only problem here is you're not going to be able to get that until a very long time from now. And it'll only really make a difference for like some of the harder guild quests and once we get whatever new content is coming my way. Anywho, that's my last comment on the additive stats, and yeah. Improved bruiser skill up to 3%. That's for every single character that has bruiser as a 6-star ability, not as a soul trait. Berserker, same thing, up to 3%, and it's for those that have it as a 6-star ability and not as a soul trait. And crystal jewel drop skill up to 12%. Keep in mind characters like Ebron that have the crystal jewel drop skill. Coin drop, 12%. Again, Ebron, once again, as the example. And then enhanced bruiser soul trait up to 2%. And it's going to be every single character that has the normal attack damage skill. Oh, characters like the 1000-Year Blower Renji with normal attack damage. What else? Old ass example, but White Zangetsu. You guys get the point, excuse me. Berserker, soul trait up to 2%. So characters like True Shikai, Future Society Ulk, Unohana, those characters. They don't have Berserker as the 6-star ability, only have it through the soul trait, so it's only going to go up to like 2%. Enhanced Crystal Jewel drops soul trait up to 7%. Notice how the soul traits are actually given a lot less values compared to the existing skill ones. And the crazy thing about all of this is that characters like Holobankai Toshiro and I believe another one, 9th Anniversary Gremmy, is going to be taking full advantage of this because basically he's going to be getting an additional 3% Berserker onto his 6-star abilities, and then an additional 2% from the soul trait, so 5%. And even then, pretty low considering how long it takes to build it out. Enhanced coin drop rate, soul trait up to 5%, and then you get, once again, the level up for the transcendent slots and the increased link slot. Now, this can get improved by the time we get more quests. It can. It can. All it takes is even a quest that we can do once per day. Just let us be able to do something rather than nothing. Like a quest where we can at least get 300 nodes for every attribute. And we already get 120 nodes. And we'll still be able to progress through the thing just fine. And this will actually give us something to do. Because right now, I think it's poorly executed. There's more that needs to be met. And yeah, I don't think I need to add on to anything else. Because I'm going to compare this to when we got T20 and Transcendence. Transcendence. When we got that, we had content to do. Granted, we did not get a new quest, but we actually had content to do. And the best part to pretty much get everything wasn't Chronicle quests. This game mode that everyone hates, but guess what? This was the staple for Transcendence because that is where you can get the small and medium scrolls and even the silver scrolls, even some of the essence scrolls to max out the character stats from level 9 to 10. This is where you would be able to get them, although it's not exactly the split. Okay, there we go, my bad. So yeah, the staple for small and medium scrolls was here, and then epic raids was the staple for the large scrolls, and you will get more essence scrolls and of course the gold scrolls. So yeah, once again, we had stuff to do. The only difference is that we were very picky with what we were allowed to transcend, because we were only given enough materials to transcend one character's slot to level 10. We didn't have the achievement system, we didn't have any of that. It was very picky until we got Chrono Quest Part 2 and Part 3, and that gave us a bit more options. But even then, it was still lacking. And we still have the Essence Scroll problem even today. So that's the first thing. When Super Potions came out, and we had the bonus abilities. Now, if you guys ask me, that was a bit of a worse release than Transcendence, because of the simple matter of fact that we were very restricted with when Inheritance Trials came out. It followed the bullshit release for Extreme Co-op, where it was going to be available on certain times, like from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. or something like that. I don't remember. It's a thing of the past, and I'm glad it's gone. And most importantly, you couldn't even do ×5 runs. We didn't have Super Links Up potions as it was, and the content itself, when it came out, yeah, it basically power crept a lot of the characters that you either wanted a unit that had killer or was max transcended, because that's how hard Inheritance Trials were. And of course, the best characters for that was like 5th Anniversary Ichigo, 5th Annie Byakuya for that time. And it took some time until we got more characters, and then eventually Inheritance Trials became easy. We got ×5 runs, and we finally got access to Super Potion characters. Even though, funny enough, we got access to Super Potion characters first, and then we got the ×5 runs. Other than that, compared to the other two updates, those two updates actually had something to do. This one, nothing. What do? You just do your dailies. That's it. That's literally it. Nothing. And that's why I was upset. That's why I was upset. And also, I just hate how this damn level cap thing looks now. Like, it makes me not want to work on the attribute tree. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this really long video. This was just to give you guys a more polished thought on the update, because if you guys ask me, this could have been easily fixed if they took a bit more time to work into it and actually give us a lot more stuff to it. Like, give us a quest to be able to farm it out. Give us something, like even add the quests to the exchange shops just to be able to progress through, because I get that this is their way of being able to balance power creep. But if you guys ask me, like I stated before, just introduce to us some hard content and then give us the T30 link slots and give us the extra levels in Transcendence. Because if you guys ask me, this is just a very extremely slow implementation of being able to do that, because it's gonna take freaking days to even do it, months, and if there's more pages, it's gonna take years. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and pretty much hit the bell notification like always. I hope to see you guys all in the next one. So take care, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.